Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So I've had some requests from you guys who are commenting on my other videos about doing more Deck of Scarlet unboxings. So that's what I have for you guys today, is another Deck of Scarlet unboxing. This one is for September, October, I think. Yeah, I think it's a September-October box. So let's get right on into this box here. First off, if you guys don't know what Deck of Scarlet is, it is you can do either monthly or bi-monthly subscription. They do customizable palettes that they usually collab with other creators here on the platform. At least that's what they used to do in the past. My last palette that I received, it wasn't collabed with anybody. I don't know if this one has been with anybody at all, so we will see here. And usually the subscription is about $30 a month. That's if you do the monthly, and then if you do the bi-monthly, it's $30 every 2 months. Let's open this up. So here is the inside of the box. Looks like we have 2 lip colors here. One is more of a brown lip color. This one is called Into the Woods, and it is a liquid lip suede. And then we also have a metallic lip glaze called Moonlight Bronze. I think these two together will be really, really pretty. And then we have the palette here. I want to take a look at the card just to see if it was collabed with anybody, and it looks like it was not, so we will put that there. And then we have this is a Deck of Scarlet Long Lasting Eyeliner Stroke of Midnight. So let's take a look at this one. This is a dark blue liner. It has a little bit of a iridescence to it. Really, really pretty. The metallic lip glaze in Moonlight Bronze. That's this color here. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. That's a very like metallic-y lip color here. And then we have the lip suede. This is a very nudie brown coffee color. And then there's the lip suede. So we have 3 like accessories this month, and then we have the actual palette. So let's look at the palette. It's called The Stuff of Legends. This is edition number 19, and it is just one palette. It doesn't have the little lip thing on it because we have the 2 lipsticks separately, which is something that a lot of us have been requesting lately, is that we don't get the lipstick slide here. We just get it separately because it makes it easier to travel with, customize with other makeup looks as well. So that makes me happy. So just one palette here. Here are the colors. Ooh, so I'm seeing here we have kind of like a mauve-y, really, really dark blush, and it has like a sequin satin. And then we have here, this is like a highlight, and it's called Full Moon. This is very iridescent and pretty. And then up here you have all of these shades, which these are very like fall-esque, and that really, really pretty like green iridescence. And then you have blue, which is really, really in right now, greens and blues paired with browns. So this is the palette for the month, edition number 19. So let's get you guys some swatches real quick. So the blush is called Blood Orchid, and it is like a very dark toned blush. I would not use this as anything but a blush. So when swatching, it's kind of patchy. It does have a really pretty like glitter to it, so I'm kind of wondering if we won't use this as a blush, but maybe we'll use this more as an eyeshadow. And I'm also wondering if maybe the glitter is messing with the consistency of the blush. Then we have Full Moon right here, which is the highlight shade. This one is soft, really soft, and it almost has like a gold shift in it. That's pretty. So here is the Full Moon color right next to Moonchild. You have a matte shade, and then the rest of these are foils. The swatch Fawn, which is this like brownish color. It actually is really similar to this color. It's a very dark chocolate brown. It almost looks like it has a burgundy undertone. Very, very dark. If you guys can see that. Very, very dark. And then we have the blue color, which is Nightshade. Ooh, that's like really, really pigmented. That is a very pigmented, ooh, that is nice. Look at that swatch. It's a very foiled metallic blue shade. That's so pretty. Entrancing Ember is like a goldish, it's like a bronze shade. This one is also very creamy, and look at the pigmentation on my finger. Wow. Look at that one. That's so pretty. Last but not least, we have Gold Dust, which looks like a duochrome shift from like an, it's hard to tell, it's like a red to a green almost, or a brown to a green. Hopefully you guys can see this. This one is also very creamy in the pan, and it does like a bronze shift to a green shift. That is very, very pretty. I like that one. So here are the shades, guys. Oh, that shifting color is just absolutely gorgeous. So I feel like the mattes are like really pigmented, however they seem like really patchy on the skin, which is the kind of like blush and the dark like chocolate matte eyeshadow. Those two on my arm just kind of seem kind of patchy, so we'll see how they apply to the eye. The rest of these are really, really pretty. I love the way that they're applying the duochrome shadow. It's so pretty. I'm really, really excited to see that they've been integrating more of those duochromes into their eyeshadow palettes. So let's see how this works. Because we don't have a bronzer in here, I'm just going to take one of my bronzers out of my everyday makeup bag, and we're just going to apply my bronzer really quick, because this month the eyeshadow, this palette does not come with a bronzer. Sometimes it's a bronzer and a blush, sometimes it's a bronzer and a highlight, sometimes it's a highlight, a blush. It doesn't necessarily always come with a bronzing color. We're just warming up my face really quick, and then let's try the blush in this palette. This is going to be interesting because it did not swatch well, and it's like super, super dark. It is a really pretty color for blush. Very, very dark. Let's see how pigmented. It's not even picking, it's kind of picking up on the brush, but not really. So let's see how this works. The blushes that they've come out with in the past that were this color, I have found to be super patchy. Like this one is going on very patchy. Oh, that's awful. So already this is going on super patchy. We're gonna have to fix this. Oh, we're not even going to attempt to use that blush again. As you guys can see, it is pigmented, but it goes on like super, super patchy. I don't like that at all. So we're going to take my Cover FX and we're going to kind of try buffing. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. We're going to take my Beauty Blender, kind of pick up that nasty color. Well, good thing I didn't have to go anywhere today, because that is awful. Okay, so we're going to have to try and make this as even as possible. Dang, that like blew up on my face. That looks so bad. So I'm just going to take a foundation. It's a powder foundation, and I'm going to try and tone down this blush a little bit, because this is just bad. Like, I have never ever seen a blush get this bad before. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's still really, really flushed. The blush is a no-go in this palette. That's super patchy. Really hard to get on, super, like it's way too dark. That don't use it as a blush. I mean, we can kind of test it as the eyeshadow, but so far not liking that color at all. If it goes on my cheeks like that, how does it go on my eyes? Oh, that's really bad. So we're going to try the highlights in the palette. It's called Full Moon. This one's called Full Moon. Very pretty. I need to find my highlight brush. I'm actually just going to use like, this is kind of like an angled contour brush, but we're going to use this and see if it can be built up. And so far it's doing nothing. Okay, what is going on here? This isn't doing anything to my face at all. Look how pretty that swatch was. I kind of expected it to be a little bit more pigmented on the skin. So let's spray the Beauty Blender, like so. We're actually just going to pick up some product on the Beauty Blender, or try to anyway. It's not really picking up on the Beauty Blender either. It's a little bit better. It's looking better on camera than what it does in the mirror. Like in the mirror, this just is not working. I mean, it's pretty when it's on the skin. I mean, having to build it up that much, that's just a little bit crazy. I don't really like that. So far the face products in this palette are kind of a bust. Let's try the eyeshadow. Hopefully it turns out a little bit better. Usually their eyeshadows are really good, really pigmented. They go in the eye really easily. And because there's so many like foil shades in here, I'm kind of curious what kind of look I can bring to the table with this. So we're just gonna go for that like blown out look, like that fall look. We're gonna take Fawn, which is the like dark chocolate color, and we're going to coat the lids. I want to see how this like builds up and applies, because when I swatched it, it also had problems swatching. It was dark and patchy. I found that a lot of their like darker shades that they do, they just don't have a really great payout, especially when they do them in a really dark blush formula. Other blush formulas that they've done were really, really good, but that blush formula was just disgusting. This is going on really, really patchy. I might just have to like really work at this for, you know, forever. Usually their matte eyeshadows go on a lot easier than this. This one's just looking super, super patchy. Like I'm saying, it's not going on the way that I want it to. There are other mattes that I have worked with that they have gone on so much easier than this. They're like butter. They go on so pigmented so easily, and this is just not performing the way that I would expect it to. Their mattes are usually a very good formula, and this one is just not doing it. It's clinging to weird spots on my eye. This is frustrating. Hopefully the foil shades kind of make this work, because this is annoying. Okay, so you really gotta buff this one. Like buff, and just like going super slowly. And then I am gonna take Blood Orchid, which is that really bad blush color. We'll see how it blends out on the eye. If it's more on a smaller brush and it's like a little bit more concentrated, it might be easier to actually like fix. So we're just kind of like bringing that up into the brow line there, because it does have that like maroonish color to it. So yeah, it definitely works better on the eyes. That one actually went on a lot better than the dark brown cocoa color. As a blush, I don't think it works, because it just gets way too patchy on the cheeks of your face. Like on my cheeks, that just looks way too like blotchy. But definitely as an eyeshadow, it builds up a little bit easier, because I think you're not, I don't know, it just seems to work a little bit easier as an eyeshadow as opposed to a blush. So far we just have a matte eyeshadow look, and we have some really great foils to play with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Entrancing Ember, which is this bronze color. I'm going to wet down my brush. We're going to see how it picks up on a wet brush as opposed to my finger, because on my finger it swatches really well, and we'll see how that works. So wetting down the brush, we're going to use Entrancing Ember and laying this down. Now I am getting some fallout on my eye. I'm noticing that like ASAP, especially like right in here, but it is going on pretty decently well with the wet brush. It's going on pigmented, very pigmented actually. It's not really clinging funny in any areas that I am noticing, which some foils tend to do that if you use a wet brush. So it is like building up really nicely. The Deck of Scarlet foil formulas, they do perform very well. I have always noticed that. It's a really pretty bronze color. I do really enjoy that. So I'm using my shadow switching pan. I do want to use the same brush, and we're going to try and pick up the Gold Dust, which is that like iridescent shift. Wet my brush again. Now we're going to try and pick up Gold Dust. My brush is shedding. We're putting that over the bronze color, just like right on the inner corner. This one I'm not experiencing as much fallout with as the bronze. That shift is like super pretty. So I'm going to take an angled fluff brush and we're going to take Fawn and we're just going to put it on the outer corner, give it a little bit more of something. And then we're just going to take that harsh line and we're going to try and blend it out a little bit with this brush. We're not dipping into the color again at all. We're just kind of using what's left on it to blend out those colors. So far, actually this looks really pretty. It's very like fall-esque. I love how it shifts from that green to that bronze color. I might actually put a little bit more of the green on this eye because it's not quite as pigmented as the other side. Super pretty though. Wow. That duochrome shade is absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to take that angled brush again. I'm just going to use like one side of it and we're going to shade under the lashes. So far I'm liking this like fall-esque look. I think it looks great. We're going to spray. Just set everything in place. Let's use the long-lasting eyeliner. Usually their eyeliners are like really, really great. This one is in a blue color. I'm actually really vibing this like dark navy blue. So let's get this on my eye. So I decided to put on some fake eyelashes. Why the hell not? Yeah, so that took a hot minute. So we have the lashes that I have on are the Can't Be Bothered ones by Raw Beauty Christie. It's her collab with Pure. And I told you guys that I would be, you know, trying these lashes because I wanted to try lashes. And this is what they look like. Wow. Actually, it kind of looks like cool with the eyeshadow look that I have. So I'm not too terribly upset. I actually kind of like the way that they're like bold and dramatic. So let's finish up this video with the Deck of Scarlet. Yeah, so we're going to try the two lip products. We're going to do the Lip Suede first, which this is a like super nude color. I definitely feel like nudes, like the darker nudes are back, and this is a very, very like complementary color. For somebody light skinned, I think somebody darker toned, it would be really pretty on as well. And then we have the metallic Lip Glaze. This one's super dark. That makes it really pretty like over. I feel like the it's a little bit dark for this look when I put the lip glaze over, but that Lip Suede is like super pretty. I'm gonna have to try the metallic like on its own. I really like that. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take Full Moon, the highlight, and we're going to pop this in the inner corner. If it'll let me, because this is just not working well. Okay, so here you have it, the edition number 19, the Stuff of Legends. So let's break down all of what I think about this palette. So the foil formulas are fantastic and I really enjoyed playing with them. I like using them. Next time I'm going to try the blue, but I definitely think this is a great like metallic palette. Now the mattes in here, the blush just doesn't work as a blush. As an eyeshadow, it actually worked a little bit better. I think it's because you're using a smaller brush, so you're able to concentrate it more and you can blend it better. As a blush, it just doesn't work. The other matte shade, which is Fawn, that one, it's okay. It blends out okay, but you really need to work at it. And then Full Moon, the highlight, does not work very well at all. That one is probably my least favorite shade, and I thought it was going to be my most favorite shade. My most favorite shade in the palette is that duochrome gold dust, where it does that shift from like green to like a brown. It almost is a multi-chrome because it does more than that. It shifts from a green to a gold to a brown color. Super, super pretty, very pigmented on the eyes, creates a really pretty fall eyeshadow look. As far as the lip products go, I love both of them. I'm going to try them individually. The Lip Suede in that nude shade, so pretty, hands down, so good. And then we have the metallic lip gloss. This one I'm going to try on its own. Together they're a little bit dark for this look, but I really like how it pairs well together. It creates more of a sheen on the lips when you pair them together. I'm curious to see how they look separately. And then you have the eyeliner, which is the blue. It is perfect for this eyeshadow palette, for this color story. I also am curious to try this with some other eyeshadow palettes and maybe do some inspired Halloween looks because we are in October. We're doing more fall. I have noticed that pop of blue is like right on trend right now, so I really want to try it with some other things. So there's my first impressions in a tutorial with this new palette from Deck of Scarlet. I hope you guys like this video. Give it a good thumbs up if you guys want to see more of my Deck of Scarlet unboxings and tutorials, and if you guys want to see a full review on this at the end of the month, let me know and leave a comment below and I can give you guys like more of my impressions. So far, really good with the foils. Mattes, not so much. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!